Good morning and welcome to Joe the Insurance Guy. As always, we bring people on this show that can provide a great deal of value to you as an individual. And as we know, the healthcare costs have been skyrocketing and everyone's been looking for ways to control those costs. Well, I met a guy that is going to help you deal with it in a number of different areas. Whether you're a consumer trying to save money on prescriptions, or you're someone out there who's an entrepreneur who's trying to make some extra money, this gentleman is going to save you in more than one way. Al, welcome to the show.
Joe, pleasure. How are you doing?
Al is with a company called RxCut, and I'm going to ask you, Al, could you tell me a little bit about your company?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we have lots of obstacles in my space because people always look for the catch.
Right.
And the great part about our business model, there is none. But it took me months to really vet that and find it out.
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard about this in 2008 from an associate, I looked at it sort of sideways because it wasn't going to sound too good to be true.
Right.
So I spent 2 months doing my due diligence trying to poke holes in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And finally the light came on and I understood the validity of the need. I met with the founder of the company, signed a master distributor agreement, and here I am 8 years later running the company. So we're known in our space, Joe, as a pharmacy benefit administrator. We create, develop, and distribute through several different verticals healthcare savings programs.
Mm-hmm.
We have an entire suite of voluntary discount plans like dental, vision, telemedicine, which is the future of healthcare,
Right.
and some other services like health advocacy. But our primary source of revenue and really flagship product since our inception is a very unusual pharmacy discount card. Unusual in that you've probably heard or seen pharmacy discount programs
Yes.
before. Literally hundreds of them flood the streets today.
Right.
But at the end of the day, all those cards are really nothing more than private label programs that funnel back to just a handful of larger providers.
Mhm.
We're one of them.
Okay.
And the rest are all known as PBMs, or
Okay.
pharmacy benefit managers. And the PBM's core focus really resides in the insurance world,
Right.
doing plan administration for insurance companies.
Mhm.
And the reason they so intently focus on the funded side is because they make a lot more money.
Right.
They play the
Right.
spread model, they hold back rebates, because they're big publicly traded companies who need to hit their numbers and make their shareholders happy.
Right.
So discount cards to PBMs or pharmacy benefit managers are nothing more than a quick money grab. There's no focus to speak of, no technology. Their pricing doesn't compare to ours. But most importantly, if you have insurance, those cards are at best ineffective, and they like it that way.
Yeah.
They don't want to cannibalize their core business. Now, we happen to be a disruptor to that model.
Right.
We don't work in the funded space, only in the discount card arena,
Right.
and because of our aggressive pricing, we've got no conflict offering everyone, including the insured,
Mhm.
our discounted price. And the rule of thumb on our product, if you've got a generic copay, $10 or higher, use our technology on the website, check our price,
Right.
and you'll find we'll beat your insurance copay 7 out of 10 times.
Really?
That's the game changer. And when we win over a copay, everybody wins, but the PBM who gets kicked to the curb.
Right.
The member or cardholder saves money compared to their copay. The employer, if it's employer-provided insurance benefits, because it reduces claims experience, the very thing that drives their premiums higher.
Right.
We get a piece of business. We do a revenue share with our partner or agent or distributor of record.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, the pharmacy wins in multiple ways. We are by far the most pharmacy-friendly card in the space
Mhm.
because we pay them a higher dispensing fee than PBMs, a
Okay.
professional dispensing fee.
Okay.
We pass through 100% of our discounts because we're transparent in nature, and we will never steal their clients through mail order programs.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, what our program is, Joe, it's a transparency program and it's a gatekeeper. When our card is presented at the pharmacy, the member gets the lesser of,
Okay.
whether it's their copay, our discounted price, or
Okay.
the retail price, whichever is lowest. So there's never a disadvantage. We're also a performance-based model. So we only make money when we save
Right.
someone money.
Right.
Well, we must be doing something right because we've been in business since 2008.
All right, so let's break it down. So I'm an individual, I'm watching this program right now, I'm listening to this about a discount card, and my assumption here is there's no cost to get the card.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Our cards are free and frictionless. We collect no personal information, not even an email address. We have no agenda
Right.
to remarket that or
Right.
resell it to anyone. So that makes each card static by nature. The member ID is not specific, so you can use our card at any pharmacy. When you're done, hand the same card to 20 people in the back of your line.
Really? So, okay, so I'm an individual, I get your card, I'm out there using it, okay? And I have a plan, or I may not have a plan. but every time I go to the pharmacy, I can take this card out and see how much money I'm going to save.
What's even better, before you go to the pharmacy, we happen to be a technology company as well.
Right.
We offer, we were approached about 5.5 years ago after much due diligence on their end by Google. You heard of that, right?
Right.
They vetted us and all of our competition, asked us to be their health partner. So we powered and hosted Google Health when that portal was up. It was a little before its time, but they're still an integral part of our mission because we have access to their tools and maps, which enables us to produce and present an industry-leading pricing tool, which unlike our competitors is deadly accurate because each time you price a medication on our website,
Right.
or multiple meds at once, we're going to drill down to our contract level at every pharmacy and actually perform a trial adjudication. So the pricing we return is deadly accurate.
Okay.
And when you price a medication or a list of meds, it's going to sort all your local pharmacies by zip code from lowest to highest price. So you know where to get the best price before you even leave the house.
Because some of these plans, for instance, they want you to use certain pharmacies.
Yeah,
And
there's a
that-
method to their madness because they're in bed with the PBM.
Right. So now all of a sudden they're controlling where I buy, which means they're controlling how much money I spend. And what your card does, it gives me the freedom to take a look and see, well, my insurance card will only get me this much at this particular pharmacy, but your card can give me even greater value by going to some pharmacy across the street, and it's the same prescription.
Typically, and people have this misconception, the large three, we call them,
Right.
the drug chains, CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens.
Right.
Locally Rite Aid, because they're a regional company, they're being bought by Walgreens. So,
Right.
getting down to the
That's
big
small.
two. People have this misconception
Right.
that they should have the best price. Why? They have more buying power,
Right.
more locations.
Right.
Now, people go there really for convenience because they have so many locations.
Right.
I'm guilty of that too. But nothing's really further than the truth as far as having the best price. They get the best deals for themselves. They don't pass that to the consumer.
Right.
The more competitive pharmacies are going to be your supermarkets and your box stores like Walmart. Walmart's done an internal survey. They know for a fact that when one of their customers comes in to get a script built and they wait for it, they're going to spend an average of $80 shopping in the store.
Right.
So they're more concerned with high profit margin from the shelves
Right.
and settle for a lesser profit at the pharmacy.
Right. So if you have a card like yours and you go to Walmart, you're not only going to get a better price overall on the drug, but you're also going to get the discount.
Absolutely.
This
Go
is-
to ShopRite is a perfect local example. Everybody goes to ShopRite or
Right.
Wegmans. They
Right.
both have pharmacies. So
Right.
you hand the script, you do your grocery shopping, you pick it up, and you're going
Right.
to save money more times than not compared to the larger chains.
You know, this is a message that the general public really doesn't understand or know how to use properly. They're skeptical of things like this. But the way you have it laid out, there's no private information being passed back.
None.
The individual has a card that gets him a discount. That's it.
That's it.
He can take it and give it to his grandmother, his uncle, his father, whatever.
In addition, it works on pet meds. You know, it's a $15 billion a year business in this country. Folks don't realize this, but the majority of scripts that are written for pets
Right.
have a human equivalent.
Right.
So instead of paying $37, let's say, for Snoopy's cephalexin,
Right.
that's a human medication for skin rash. Instead of paying $37 at the vet, you can simply ask for the script, use our pricing tool, and find it for about 5 times less, about $7 at your local pharmacy. And you'd be surprised how many chihuahuas are on Xanax. They're pretty neurotic. Those
Oh yeah, I bet. You know what's really funny is that the folks that usually come on before me are, I think it's Adopt-A-Pet, and I'm going to share this information with them.
They're one
because-
of our verticals we work with heavily,
Really?
pet-related businesses. Unless they have their own vet clinic, then we're a little disruptive to their model.
Right,
But we
right.
partner with over 500 nonprofit organizations, including most of the major logos from a regional perspective,
Right.
that use our card as not only a form of community outreach,
Right.
but an unusual fundraiser that keeps on giving without asking for people for a donation.
Right.
Give away something of value that saves people on their healthcare spend.
Right.
And every time someone saves, they get a donation.
This is remarkable. In an era where Obamacare, quite frankly, has disappointed a lot of people because of cost associated with it. And I'm not going to really go into knocking one plan versus the other out there. That's not my job. But we understand that healthcare costs are going up. So anytime we can save money. Now this is an RX card. You have other products, don't you, that can be utilized by an individual to help reduce their overall costs. What are some of those things?
Well, we have a couple of standalone discount plans. One includes Aetna's Dental Access. Aetna has the largest PPO network of providers, best of breed providers in the country, about 200,000 dental practitioners from general right through surgery and specialty. And with their program, actually Aetna sells it for about $19 per month for individual coverage, $24 a month for family coverage. We offer it out there because we work on smaller margins, $5.95 per month for the entire family. And with that, you get discounts of up to 50%, everything from routine cleanings right through oral surgery. And in many cases, Joe, it's better than insurance, because dental insurance or vision insurance is not very good.
Right.
You usually have a $150 deductible,
Right.
and the maximum benefit for the year maybe $1,250.
Right.
We had a woman who joined a few months ago, and that day met her friend for lunch who was in tears because the day before she was quoted for some serious gum work she had done, about $4,000.
Oh.
Poor girl had insurance, same deal, $150 deductible,
Right.
$1,250, annual max benefit. So
Right.
she would have been out of pocket about $2,700. The girl ran to the car, came back in, brought up her own GBR Get Benefit Relief site because there's a provider search.
Right.
Found a specialist in the network, called them from the diner, and said, "Hey, my friend here was in yesterday. He quoted her $4,000 for all this gum work she ended up done. If she joins at this dental access, what would that do to the quote?" And the dentist said it would knock it in half, about $2,000. So here is a plan that's a discount plan, not
Right.
insurance. That was $700 and $750 less than
Right.
what it would be for insurance.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are products that people can use that either they have insurance or don't have insurance.
And they're month to month.
And
There's no
it's-
long-term.
Right, there's no long-term agreement, the price is right. All the millennials that don't want to buy insurance, here's a great thing for them to
Well,
use.
I got a even better one for them. We also have a standalone vision program,
Right.
which is administered by Coast to Coast, which is once again a very robust network.
Mhm.
All the major chains like Four Eyes, LensCrafters, Sears,
Right.
Walmart, discounts of up to 60% from routine eye exams, eyewear, contact lenses, even LASIK surgery, which is never covered
Right.
by insurance.
Right, right.
And then we have a bundle program which includes the two aforementioned services, the dental, the vision, but telemedicine as well from Teladoc. And that is the future of healthcare. That's 24/7 access to a US board certified physician who for about 75% of what people go to their physician for, or even an ER or an urgent care and pay an out-of-pocket deductible and miss a half a day of work in that waiting room sitting with
Right.
sick people,
Right.
can have a local doctor call them back from their state.
Mhm.
So not only can they diagnose the symptoms, talk about treatment options, but call them a prescription to the local pharmacy with
Right.
no cost per call.
That-
No
that-
copay.
You know-
24/7 access. You get a kid who gets sick on a Sunday night.
Right.
You're at the ER, right?
Mhm.
Or the next morning you're going to miss work because you're at the pediatrician
Right.
with 80 people in front of you in line.
Right. Well, actually heard of a story where someone was using your card. They had a child that had an earache. It was up on a Sunday night. They had an issue. They called in. They were able to go to a 24-hour, I think it was a CVS pharmacy.
Amoxicillin probably.
Pick up the drug, come back, and now they got a sleepy baby.
Well, one thing I'll reference here is that if it's life-threatening or a broken bone, yeah, you got to get to the ER.
Right, exactly.
But 75% of what people go to the doctors for is not life-threatening.
Right.
You get a sinus infection once a year, you know
Right.
what it is, right?
Yeah. No, I think the telemed thing is a really big step forward.
Well, it's a big need too, because
Yeah.
there's a shortage of healthcare providers. Kids aren't going to med school anymore
Right.
because it's too expensive,
Right.
it's too long,
Right.
and then they're owned by a health system,
Yeah.
and their malpractice insurance is through the roof as well.
Right. All right, well, this has kind of teed us up to talk about a number of different things here. We're going to take a short commercial break and be back with Al and get into this a little bit deeper. Hey, you're back here with Joe the Insurance Guy, and we're talking to Al, who owns a company called RxCut. This is a unique company that provides an individual with the opportunity to save a great deal of money at the pharmacy or with a doctor, with vision products. So, my question is, Al, how does this work? I mean, what's the process? Why does a pharmacy do this? When an individual gets the card, talk a little bit about the step by step.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, we're contracted with over 67,000 pharmacies nationwide, which is everyone.
Okay.
All the major drug chains, supermarkets, with the exception of Publix, which is not in this area, but they
Right.
don't accept any cards. All the box stores, Walmart, Target, Kmart, wholesale clubs, Costco,
Right.
BJ's, and 98% of all independents operate within our network. And the reason they accept our card and drastically reduce the cost of medication to our members is because they have to.
Okay.
It's a competitive space. Not sure where you live, but I'm sure in your neighborhood, in walking distance, you're going to pass 6 or 7 pharmacies,
Oh, yeah.
supermarket, right? Walgreens, maybe
Right.
CVS.
Exactly.
And they're all vying for that same traffic. So being part of our network really levels the playing field and lets them know where they need to be in order to be competitive but still profitable.
Right.
No pharmacy ever loses money with our card. They don't gouge the client.
Right.
They still make a handsome profit. And in return for that, Joe, what we do through our technology and our girth, because of the volume of transactions we have, is drive traffic to their stores.
Okay.
So in trade for the discounts, which they still make a profit, we help them with market share.
Right.
You know, you ever go into a CVS, right? Where's the pharmacy?
It's in the back.
Why?
Goes.
And once you're walking up and down the aisles, right? All the
Right.
companion sales, cosmetics to candy, all that high markup stuff.
Right.
That's what it's all about. It's not all about RX. Now, once again, the levels of discount can vary greatly from one pharmacy to the next.
Right.
We have savings in our books, our book of business, that's over 99% off retail. That sounds outrageous, doesn't
It
it?
is kind of.
$2,000 drug is now $5 when we present our card. And guess what? Pharmacies still made money.
They
Like
still-
enrich, but still made money. And now that client is going to be loyal,
Right.
and he's going to shop the aisles while he's in that pharmacy.
Right. Right.
How the card works, and there's a true story that really drives the point on how it works. My partner, who recently passed away, Jerry Furrow, the founder of the company, a couple of years ago had shoulder surgery and was prescribed ibuprofen.
Right.
We had really good insurance. It was Aetna,
Right.
and back then the PBM for Aetna was Express Scripts. That's the
Yeah.
largest pharmacy
Right.
benefit management.
Right.
Between them and Caremark, who's owned by CVS, control over 65% of over 4 billion
Yeah.
funded transactions per year, and they average about $22 in gross revenue for every claim that they process. So do the math.
Yeah.
They're big and they're
Yeah.
powerful. So anyway, we had a $15 copay
Right.
to Express Scripts. So Jerry takes his script to the local pharmacy. He already has his insurance plan on file. Hands the pharmacist the script, and then he's trying to get his wallet out of his back pocket. Was having a problem because his arm was in a sling for the
Right.
operation.
Right.
So in the meantime, the pharmacist looks at his profile. He sees he has insurance. He starts processing it as a funded claim
Right.
with a $15 copay. Jerry finally gets his wallet out,
Right.
takes out his insurance card, turns it over on the counter, and says to the pharmacist, "Hey, if I lost my insurance today, what would your retail or cash price be?" So the pharmacist looked at him kind of funny, but he ran the numbers, and it came out to $10.99, $4 less than his copay. Wasn't even an option until Jerry opened his mouth.
Right.
Then he handed him our card. Here, try it with RxCut. Process that, $7.50, half of his copay. The point of that story, Joe, is that when our card's presented,
Right.
along with the script, at time of purchase,
Right.
we pull the curtains back electronically.
Right.
And we expose not only the copay,
Right.
but the cash price, which is sometimes less
Less.
than the
Yeah,
copay,
yeah.
and our discounted price, which is more often less than the copay. And the member always gets the lesser of, because we instruct the
Right.
pharmacy to charge them whichever is less.
This is remarkable in terms of how you're able to do this. Now, what about people that, you know, we talk about individuals and go to a website and what's the name of your website again for an individual?
Yeah, it's
mailing it?
RxCut.com.
RxCut.com. Okay, so individuals can go to RxCut.com and get the card.
They can get it in many ways.
Right.
They can download the card if they're on a
Right.
mobile device.
Right.
Because we have a fully responsive mobile optimized website.
Okay.
So they can download it into their gallery app or camera roll. They can type in a mobile number and text it.
Right.
They can print unlimited cards forward to a page.
Okay.
They can request bulk cards. We'll send them laminated UV coated cards. And they can email them as well.
Okay, so they get the card, that's the individual. Now, what about that entrepreneur out there?
Yeah, well, it's one of our verticals, one of our more successful verticals. Obviously, I mentioned nonprofit organizations.
Right.
We also partner heavily with healthcare providers.
Right.
Because today it's all about assurance metrics and adherence and medication compliance. Well, if
Right.
our card can better help Mr. Jones afford his atorvastatin, which is Lipitor,
Right.
generic, there's a better chance he's going to purchase it, take it as prescribed,
Right,
and be adherent and not wind up with a stroke in acute care.
right,
So it's all about driving people down, the cost down, and keeping them out of acute care. So healthcare providers are huge. Insurance brokers is a natural fit, pet-related businesses, but we also have the independent agent vertical,
Okay.
which is business opportunity seekers. You know, someone looking to supplement their income,
Right.
and possibly grow it to a point where they get to fire their boss and do this full time. Because
Okay.
this is the only the gig I've had my entire life, and I've had some great jobs.
Right.
Where each morning I pinch myself when I wake up,
Right.
because at the end of the day, what we're doing is noble.
right,
We're
right,
helping people and saving lives because now they can afford to take their medication.
yeah.
And the beauty of our model is contingency based, so we're only making money when someone saves.
The amazing thing is, it's like the creativity that someone has to have is, what large group of people can I take this card to and have them start using it?
Everyone.
I mean, it's like everyone out there. So
Well, listen, the days of the $5 copay went the way of the dodo bird.
Right,
Pretty much a thing of the past. Unless you're a huge, powerful labor union that still has good health benefits.
Right.
But every year,
Right.
employers are forced to increase copays. Last year
Right.
was 34% increase.
Right.
And deductibles. And now people are in those FSA, HSA programs where there's a
Right.
lot of out of pocket.
Right.
That's right in our wheelhouse. And that's almost every employer group that's out there deals with that headache and that problem on a yearly basis. So that's where our benefit consultant partners really make a lot of inroads by giving these cards to the employer to give to the employees, because once again, if they have now a $20 copay to keep the premium check instead of a $10 copay, and they use our card and it saves them money, employee benefits and employer benefits because it reduces claims experience.
You know, I'm thinking of my son who's in college. All right. When you go to college, they actually try to get you enlisted in a insurance type program, a health insurance plan. The reality is that some kids don't do it because their parents have health insurance and they're on their health insurance till, I don't know, 26 years old, which is kind of crazy in one way, but you know, it's what it is, right? But when that child who's in, let's say they're in the Philadelphia area and they're from California, and at the middle of the night they need assistance, all right, your telemed card is the perfect card for that college kid.
Absolutely.
That's better than any insurance program the parents have.
Kid gets strep throat, you know.
And which is strep throat, all the things that they get when they're in college, because they all come down with all kinds of like little things, right?
Sure.
Colds and
Non-life
stuff.
threatening.
Non-life threatening. This is the perfect card. It's almost as if the college, when the kid goes to school, they should say, hey, here's an opportunity. Why don't you buy one of these and it'll save you on this type of expense.
That's one of our verticals as well. We partner with some universities and private schools out there, which just perfectly fits in their wheelhouse. So as far as having some kind of coverage that a kid can depend on and not looking or spending $200 in an urgent care.
Right. Yeah, I believe that 100%. When you look at the number of kids that are in these colleges that need assistance, and they need assistance with everything, quite frankly, you know. I'm speaking from experience.
I got a kid in college, so I can appreciate
so you understand that phone call you get, hey Dad, you know, can you help me out with this? Right. Okay. But but the great thing about your people that you are, the entrepreneurs that you bring into your system, they're giving something away. It has value. They have a great feeling when they're doing this because these people are getting something they've never had before in many cases. And if they are paying for a card like one of the dental card or the telemed, the value that's providing over their ordinary insurance, if they have it.
Any of those services used once a year would more than pay for the annual premium.
Absolutely.
But here's the downside of our business model when it comes to entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And if anybody tells you this, go running the other way. It's not a get rich quick business.
Okay.
It takes time to build. In fact, MSNBC coined us 5 years ago as America's best get rich slow business opportunity, because it's a volume play and it's a slow build.
Right.
However, we've created an incredible back office that has a blueprint for success. We've tried everything, we've seen what works and seen what doesn't. So we've been able to devise best practices. And our training videos really help shorten that learning curve to our new agents that come on board, and keeps them out of the pitfalls of things that don't work and puts them in an area where they should be spending their time, working with certain industries that we have synergies with, so they can get cards out in volume, because handing one card at a time, you're never going to get rich that way. But if you can partner with some organizations who can benefit by giving that card out to employees, to clients, to prospects as a goodwill giveaway. We also brand. We're a technology company, so we'll brand the sites and the card with a unique logo. We even do a custom white label at no additional charge. The only cost of our business model is the cost of cards, and because we'll probably order in excess of 9 million cards this year, we're able to deliver in a UPS package a 17-pound box with 5,000 cards for $55 all in. So the cards are basically free. Right. You're paying for the shipping.
The shipping,
yeah.
What a great business model. What a great opportunity for someone, a young person even in college, to start his own business by using this model. This is excellent. Well, I'll tell you what. We have to break for commercial, but I want to end this segment by really getting into a little bit more specifics on the business.
Sure thing.
All right. Hey, you're back here with Joe, the insurance guy, and I'm sitting here with Al, the CEO of RxCut, And we've been sharing with you a lot of information. Now, what I want to do is share with you a telephone number. It's 800-809-0072. I'd like you to call that number, and whether you want to become a reseller, you're a business person who has the opportunity to distribute these cards to large groups and you have some questions, or you're an individual who wants to ask some more questions about the card, the staff is there ready to answer any of your questions. So please give a call at 800-809-0072. Now, Al, I've been kind of blown away here by this interview because actually I'm going to keep this as my card because I'm going to start using it right away.
You have the card on the back of my business
I
card.
see it right here.
Yeah.
This is the card right here on the back of his business card. Very cool. I'm also going to get one for my wife. I'm going to get one for her staff. She has a home care company.
That's perfect.
And that's perfect for all those people to have. I mean, the opportunities
One thing
right
you
there.
want to do, Joe, before
Yeah.
just blindly going to any pharmacy, use that pricing tool.
Oh, yes.
And see where the best and lowest price is for your meds.
I like that. I really like that a lot because too often we don't know the cost of things.
In reality, what we do with our pricing tool is sort of under promise and over deliver.
Right.
Meaning that when someone prices up a medication or a list of medications,
Right.
we're going to crunch right down to a contract level and do that trial adjudication.
Right.
But what we do is by default, we'll choose the lowest possible quantity purchase amount of that drug. So quite often, the pharmacy's buying larger bulk to get better
Right.
price. So what happens a lot when somebody gets to the counter with our card, the price that the member pays is actually lower than what we quote, but never
Right.
more.
Right.
So there's never a sour member experience at the pharmacy.
Yeah, no, I like this a lot. This is something that I want to personally pass on. And you know, as Joe, the insurance guy, I deal with a lot of people in the insurance marketplace, a lot of colleagues that when I explain what the advantages of this card are, they're going to be very excited about it. They're going to want to push it
I
too.
wanted to make a quick correction there.
Yeah.
I'm not the CEO, because my partner and CEO would be very upset. I'm the president. RxCut was co-founder of the company
Okay.
along with Jerry Farrow.
Okay.
And he is our technology leader, so he's our CEO and CIO as well.
All right, so I gave you a promotion. I didn't even know.
Thanks.
it.
Just
Okay,
make
well,
sure the check comes with it.
I try to be a nice guy on this show. I really try to be nice. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the folks that are going to be making the decision to go in business with you. Okay. What's the process that they follow? That when they hear this, what we've been talking about, they say, I think I can distribute this card to a group of people. What should they do? How
Well,
do they do
since
it?
we're a technology company, everything's
Right.
on autopilot. We have a business opportunity website
Right.
that plays 5 videos that talks about the opportunity, what your investment gets you, and just to let you know that we would waive a startup fee minus the cost of cards, which is $55.
Right.
I'll give a promo code for that in a second.
Okay.
We have a video that talks about the products and how we compare to our competitors out there, what
Right.
makes us different. And then there's a Join Now banner, which is an automated process. When you click Join Now, you fill out the first page, which is the registration page. The promo code area, you would type in the word Legacy, Legacy,
Okay.
not case sensitive, so you can do caps or lowercase.
Okay.
That will eliminate the $199 one-time startup fee.
Right.
Take the total cost of $55, which pays for your first 5,000 cards.
Okay.
The following page is the agreement, which spells out your compensation plan.
Mhm.
We pay individuals $1.50 per claim. So if you
Right.
take 4 monthly maintenance medications and we're less on 3 of them, that's $4.50 that agent, because his card is in your hand,
Right.
will make on a monthly basis as you refill those medications if it's a maintenance medication.
Okay.
And we also pay anywhere from $2.50 per plan up to $8 per plan with those voluntary products.
Okay.
Once that's completed, that member immediately gets a welcome email with their RxCut website address, their GBR, Get Benefit Relief website address, which is
Right.
the voluntary programs,
Right.
a back office login
Okay.
to have access to that very comprehensive back office with training videos, recorded webinars, a library full of very comprehensive flyers and scripts to approach different businesses, as well as their own recruiting site, because we built a little network marketing component into this.
Mhm.
When I was an independent agent, I brought in about 4,000 people to this business.
Right.
And a lot of those folks I got just by talking about the business, giving away the cards.
Right.
They say, wait, hold on. You're giving away a free card
Right.
that can save me money at the pharmacy. And every time I say you make money,
Right.
you're not selling, you just give them, how do I do this?
Right.
So you don't need to, there's no
Right.
requirement to
Right.
build an organization under you, but it's
Right.
going to happen by
It
happenstance.
happens.
So you might as well get an override.
Right, right,
And
exactly.
the beauty of it, it's not an MLM, there's no monthly fees or
Right.
hosting fees, and there's no different levels, like Ruby Director,
Right.
everybody has the same comp plan.
Right.
So the company just agrees to pay additional overrides
Okay.
to those that come in. It's not coming out of anyone's
Okay.
pocket.
Okay.
And it's seemed to work pretty well, because to date, we have thousands and thousands of independent agents. Now, is everybody successful? No, it's like any other business
Right.
model, The old 80-20 rule applies.
Right, right.
You're going to get out of the business what you put into it. Some people are just happy getting checks on occasion and
Right.
helping people. Other folks
Mhm.
really spend the time,
Right.
they do the due diligence, and they become, big-time producers,
Right.
which can well lead into six figures. But it takes time to build.
So I have a question for you. So let's say we have a person out there who wants to become a partner of yours and push this card out there, but they want to have their logo or some of their information on the card to kind of make sure that the client knows it's coming from them. What's the process to do
A
that?
couple of ways. One, in your back office, when you order your cards, you have the ability to type in a program name that would
Okay.
appear in the middle of the front of the card,
Okay.
which would be a company name or a product or a saying or a quote.
Okay.
If a company has a logo, they simply send us a copy of that logo in any format.
Right.
It has to be 300 DPI in resolution or better.
Right.
And our graphics department will, within 24 hours, turn that around, not only branding the card,
Right.
but the header of the website as
Okay.
well
Okay.
for our partners.
That's invaluable
Yeah.
for someone. That is,
Oh, it's free advertising.
if I gave someone my business card, they look at it and they may call me if they want to buy insurance. But if someone gets one of your cards, they're going to use it several times a year.
Well,
and they're still going to see that
education does it. I like to say with distribution of our card, if I threw 5,000 out of an airplane,
Right.
I'd be really lucky if it stuck to the bottom of one person's shoe.
Right, right,
But if
right.
I give you this card and you understand the potential benefits,
Right.
because I do a little explanation, even if you have insurance,
Right.
you're going to try it because you've got nothing to lose
Right.
and everything to save.
Right.
Because there's never any disadvantage using it.
Right, right. So the people that you work with are nationwide in terms of the distribution of this card?
Yes, and I should have mentioned that before. Our card's accepted everywhere, all throughout the U.S., Puerto Rico, Guam, and Virgin Islands.
Okay, all right. So it has this national appeal. It doesn't cost anything. It gets you discounts. The phone should be like ringing off the hook in your office right now.
I don't know. I hope so.
I'm trying to find that. I don't like to ask gotcha questions on the show. It's not fair to a guest coming on.
Go ahead.
But what is the gotcha question? I don't know any.
Well, people don't understand how we make money, And the simple answer to it is we only make money
Right.
when someone saves at the pharmacy.
Right.
When we're
Right.
lower than copay,
Right.
and we're lower than cash price, we become the third-party administrator of record.
Right.
We adjudicate the claim. And our discounted price includes our flat third-party fee.
Okay.
It's only paid when it's lesser of.
Okay. Well, listen, we've come to the end of the show here, and I hope that everyone who's tuned in here this morning takes advantage of the opportunity that Al's giving you with RxCut and the cards that they have that discount healthcare solutions that you need today. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next Wednesday at 10 o'clock.